Hello, welcome to Wrestling in Mom's Basement. This is going to be the Monday Night War review episode for March 8th.
April 8th and 15th.
April 8th and April 15th, 1996. Patrick Young, Joe Venuto is to my right. Let's go to it.
Alright, roll April 8th at only showing the 8th from the Orange Pavilion in San Bernardino, California. Jerry Lawler was in action that night, so Mr. Perfect was in a commentary booth with Vince. Up first, Vader with Jim Cornette defeat Yokozuna with Mr. Fuji via referee stoppage. They trade blows at Saturday, and Vince pointed out that despite Vader being 450 pounds, he has a 200-pound weight disadvantage when it comes to Yokozuna. This was supposed to be the WrestleMania match, by the way, for WrestleMania 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yokozuna had a Samoan drop and he was gassed. Vader hammered away on Yoko in the corner. Yoko came back and slammed down. By the way, when did Mr. Fuji randomly return?
I have absolutely no idea.
Yoko missed a charge.
When he separated from Cornette, I think.
Yokozuna missed a charge in the corner and falls backwards. His leg was draped on the bottom rope. So Vader dropped a Vader bomb on it and it makes a gross noise and the ref calls for a bell.
You know what's also weird? Mr. Fuji carrying the American flag.
Yes.
That was weird. Yeah, the match wasn't really anything of note. I think the bigger story is Vader taking out Yoko. So.
Yeah. Not much of a match. It did add to the order of Vader. Vader takes the time to do it twice more while Yokozuna screams iron. Since he's so fat at this point, no finish up. He can't be structured out. They feel when trying, so they must resort to take him out on a forklift. It's incoherent promo time because the Ultimate Warrior's back. Vince McMahon's in the ring, conducting an ring interview with him. Warrior says the Wild Way he was in places that can't be found on a map.
Could have just said parts unknown, but alright.
The one that never stopped was the voices of his Warriors. While Warrior rambles along, Goldust and Marlene shoulder ring, Vince announces that Warrior has Intercontinental title match against Goldust at the next pay-per-view, so it won't win their US shot. Goldust does his scoff. So Warrior retaliates by snorting. Goldust forced with him a bit. Goldust and Warrior respond by calling him a freak and saying he doesn't give a shit what Goldust is into. Warrior also says he's going to kick Goldust's ass. 1996 WWF said that says you saw. Warrior knocks him down, poses to the crowd while Goldust escapes.
Which the second half may have actually been Warrior's most coherent promos ever.
We see Yokozuna still being forklift out in the arena. Vader shows up at Poundland's injured leg with still cheer sometimes. Hunter Helmsley defeated Duke Jersey in 4 minutes. So I didn't know this feud was still a thing either. Duke was quick with offense, charged in and sent Hunter over out of the ring. Duke really dominates for the first minute or so until Hunter voices charge in the corner. Hunter says it for the series before an insert promo from Mark Mario popped up. He creepily whispers about the wild surprises starting next week. Duke fires up and begins a rally that gets a surprisingly decent help. He tries a tilt-a-roll slam, but Hunter slips free and wins with a pedigree.
Yeah, it was a short match that they tried to make a little bit more even, but really wasn't. Triple H winning wasn't really in doubt.
Nothing to say here, just move along. Last week, Mankind's attack with Undertaker's recap. Vince is back in the ring to host an arm wrestling contest between Ahmed Johnson and British Bulldog.
Hot damn.
Owen Hart comes out Bulldog to hype him up. Diana Smith was highlighted in the front row. Owen complains about the oil, grease, and slime on Ahmed's body, saying it's unfair advantage. Ahmed wipes it all from the referee's shirt. Owen then complains about the position of Ahmed's elbow, while Mr. Perfect agrees with all of it on commentary. Jack Doan ejects Owen for simply wanting a fair contest, by the way. They finally get started, and Bulldog has the advantage, but Ahmed, of course, makes the rally and wins. Funny enough that he actually grabbed hold of the end of the table for leverage, so he did actually cheat.
Yeah.
Bulldog whacked him with a chair a few times. Ahmed fights back but gets sent to the table in the corner. He bounces off, and the table, by the way, was just full of like oil, grease, and slime.
From both men.
Yeah. It doesn't break, so Bulldog has to do it again. It still doesn't break, so he just slams on Ahmed.
Yeah, that was a thing that had happened.
The segment lasted far too long. Next week, Savio Vega goes 1-1 with Goldust for the Intercontinental title. Non-title match, WWE Champion Shawn Michaels defeated Jerry Lawler in 8 minutes. Diesel is out for commentary, and he does so sport a Shawn Michaels shirt. He instantly wants Perfect due to pencil flip and catch. He plays a cool little commentary with Lawler, and Sean was just stolen almost. Sean outsmarted Lawler, hits him in the corner. Diesel tells him about already being champion, that their match isn't about that. He only wants to tell and ruin Sean's life since he worked so hard to attain it. Sean takes on high-five fans around the ring, a lot of generic Lawler stuff. That was kind of boring match. Lawler kneeled apologized when Sean kicked out. Sean starts the comeback ending and hits the switch up music for the win.
Yeah, it was kind of boring, but probably by default, it probably was the best match on this episode of Raw. Yeah, it wasn't really anything of much. Lawler did heel things, and Sean super kicked him 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Sean was on a roll when he tried in 1996. There's, I think, too much Lawler on offense. Like Sean's match with Leaf Cassidy a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, it was, and the offense was kind of dull to watch. Afterwards, Sean dared Diesel in the ring. Diesel gets on the apron. Sean starts firing away. Perfect leads the move. Hops on the apron to distract Sean. That throws up Diesel for a big boot. Perfect throws the belt to Diesel and clocks Sean with it. Episode 155, April 15th. Orange Pavilion, San Bernardino, California. We started a video package reminding us that Bret Hart has a silence his losing mania. We'll hear from the Hitman tonight. Mark Miro defeated Leaf Cassidy with Marjane and Sable in their corners. Sable was Miro's wild surprise, by the way. Sable went from Miro to Lesnar. And those two guys could not be any more different.
That is true.
They trade arm work early before Miro shows on his quickness. The Rockers were always known for being a face. Al has no film Miro. And that's a part. Leaf, or Al, does the HBK corner bomb and sticks his tongue out Miro, leading him to get punched. Miro chases Cassidy around the ring right into a Marge cheap shot. Heel Marjane, by the way, is a strange thing.
It is.
Cassidy gets a near full. Instead of heading up right, Cassidy just keeps acting like a dork in between offense. He applies the match lock because that man has never broken it. Miro slips right through and does a tilt the world head scissors. Miro then somersaults all the time. He then wins with a flying sunset flip.
It was a decent match. I thought it was a good introduction, or second introduction to Miro. And with Sable by his side, he worked hard. That's the story.
Yeah, it was a fine little high-flying match that included decent character work from Leaf. Diesel called in from Germany while footage is shown to Brawl last week and Diesel turned on Sean back in March. Diesel says the fans were in his corner last Monday and that he had to Sean Washington. Up next, Steve Austin with Ted DiBiase defeated Barker in 7 minutes. Vince wants to know when also pull up the $1 million title, like it actually has in Prestige.
I think it's only put up once and Virgil won it. What do you think?
They trade early holes that the crowd doesn't care about much of it since Austin is established, and Bart has almost never been interested. They fight outside a bit before Austin gets their floor inside. For some reason, this gives for a commercial. Austin drives these into Bart's back and works a chinlock. Do that during the commercial, damn it, the chinlock. Both guys take up near falls that Vince totally fixes the end of the match. Ted trips Bart, opening the door for Austin. Bart still pulls him into a 7 flashback attempts. He slaps a sleeper. Austin counts into a jawbreaker, the future star. And he wins it with the $1 million dream.
An okay match. Wasn't really anything of note, and Austin would be much hotter a lot later, and Bart wouldn't be hot ever, so. Yeah,
Bart, that's 1-2-1 for my taste. Bart is an incredible singles guy, and the same match with someone else might work better. Instead, it was kind of just there. Vince McMahon brings out Vader and Jim Cornette for promo time. Cornette pulls over Vader's destruction and Gorilla Monsoon and Yokozuna. While Vader grunts opposes, Vince asks about their thoughts on Vader's upcoming match with Razor Ramon at In Your House. Cornette predicts that will be the end of Razor Ramon and that Razor's career will take a downward spiral. I mean, he wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
A short video of Sunny and various bikinis is shown, and such is shown along with the I Know You Want Me song. It has no relevance to anything on the show, but I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
WWF Intercontinental Championship, Goldust versus Savio Vega. Vince says times play over Goldust's antics as mind games. Out. It was as if he wanted the character to be gay originally in the Razor feud, but he just changed his mind.
Yeah.
I actually like it better this way, as the Mind Games.
Mm-hmm.
Goldust bothers Savio and takes a powder to the outside. Vince asks if Goldust wears boxer or briefs.
Okay.
What?
Well, he was wearing lingerie at WrestleMania 12, so.
Goldust gets mad at the fans and gets on the mic, threatening to kiss each of them if they don't show up. Vega deals a crossbody for 2 before Goldust comes back and starts to twirl him. He squats over a fallen Savio on the roll up for 2. Savio spanks Goldust set up a superplex, but Goldust fights over and kisses / bites him. Goldust does to jump into your boot spot, which I hate. After a break, we get rep bump. Marlena grabs the title and slides in the ring. Goldust takes a super kick and another and commits with the belt. Savio picks up and clocks Goldust with it. The referee wakes up and counts to 3 to a pretty good pop. A second referee, who was checking on the first, is decided to be disqualified. Gorilla Monsoon comes out and announces that Goldust run as champion is over, but Savio is a champion, so there will be a rematch next week.
Kind of a confounded ending.
This was my favorite match on Raw.
Yeah, I easily thought that was my favorite match on Raw too. The match had been going okay. Goldust did excellent character stuff, and Savio has always been underrated as a worker. And Goldust in his day could go, so, and can still go.
Thank you. Put respect to the name.
Yeah.
It was a pretty spirit.
His name better put some respect on it.
Yeah, it was a pretty spirit effort from both guys. That Goldust's Mind Games were working. Savio put in good effort. Hopefully they can match it next week.
Yeah.
Exclusive footage. Bret Hart showed kicking the camera crew out of his locker room and loses Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. He then walks out of the arena without showering. Just so you know.
Ew. After he'd been there for an hour.
He did, though.
Had another sweaty dude on him, too.
He did.
Yeah.
And told the camera team to fuck off. We hear from Bret in Germany. A lot of people are in Germany.
Yeah.
Where he says if the match is in 60 minutes, not 62, Shawn made a careless mistake that Bret said he will run a 59-minute mark. He says that Shawn to beat him, and he didn't have to beat Shawn, and Shawn didn't do it in the 60 minutes. And they're needed to be sudden death. Why ring the bell at all? Bret says. Bret says he can't see himself working for an old company because it's a step down. It really was for him. Bret made all valid points, which will be... By the way, Bret made all the valid points, which would trigger his awesome heel run in 1997. Nitro, April 15, 1996, from the Charleston Civic Center in Charleston, Virginia. After the week off, Nitro was back. And we kick off with Hulk Hogan with the Booty Babe, defeating Arn Anderson and Kevin Sullivan, with Elizabeth, Jimmy Hart, and Woman in 4 minutes.
Yes, there's officially more people around ringside than in it.
The Booty Man is injured, so Hogan goes in alone. If Hogan wins, he gets 5 minutes alone with Elizabeth or Woman. And at the heels when they get 5 minutes alone.
Or Jimmy Hart.
Or Jimmy Hart. Or at the heels when they get 5 minutes alone with Kimberly. That's strange stipulation. That feels like he yields some creepy results. Hogan charges the ring and starts hot. The heels turn around because, but that doesn't last long because Hogan's in the mood to take any legitimate offense. He eventually totally no-sells Sullivan, handing him a chair. He takes and delivers 3 of the weakest sure shots ever to those guys.
Yeah.
Hogan calmly drops a leg inside a little while later and wins like nothing.
Well, that was a waste of time.
The worst kind of Hogan match. Hogan chooses Woman and Elizabeth, bringing him inside. He holds both legs and returns attention to Jimmy Hart. Hogan starts kicking his ass to the giant Clive Jimmy. Comes out and chokeslams him. Hogan still no moves to sell, so he gets to his feet immediately and starts firing away. It takes multiple big boots and slams the game down. Mean Gene tries to interview Hogan, who instantly lifts him for a slam as well. He puts him down safely as the Giant is away. I thought we were done with Hogan and Giant, by the way. Gene tries to interview him, but
if we're not done with Hogan, Sullivan, Arn, and Flair, then we're not done with Hogan and Giant.
Gene tries to interview him, but the microphone was all kinds of messed up. You can kind of make out Hogan saying that the Hulkamaniacs are behind him and such. I don't believe he does anything much more,
Before,
or if anything at
before
all,
the NWO.
until the July return. Yeah, in '96.
If so, I don't remember it whatsoever.
Yeah, I think this may be his last appearance. At least he went out on top.
Yeah.
Street fight.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
The Nasty Boys defeat Public Enemy and Les Mis. Nasty Boys attack door Public Enemy's entrance and bring the weapons. WCW does their shitty split screen thing. Look, the split screen's fine. When they do it, it's a finding and capture action. They give you like these two tiny images in front of the Nitro logo, and then some bad looking fire graphics. So what you get, you don't see.
Exactly.
This was literally just four guys wheeling on each other with trash cans and cheers.
Like, it was more important to see the Nitro logo than those two teams.
Right. Rocket goes high Rick's, but it was hard to enjoy because of the split screen. Knobs literally just for his various items on grunge. He must be really upset at that trick they pulled a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 weeks ago. Cameraman takes a spill just for Rocket nails a bulldog on open chair. We get more mindless brawling until Paul Gammy's at the table and ring. They lay Knobs on it and Grunge goes up top. Knobs moves out of the way, causes Grunge to fall on his ass, attempting a lay drop. He covers against the win.
The way you described it as mindless brawling, that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, so it was a street fight between four guys on a road that's down to somebody's back.
Yeah.
So I guess in that realm of possibility,
You literally got better than you would have thought.
fine brawl here.
Yeah.
That would have probably been more enjoyable because it's their type of match with better camera work.
Yeah.
That's WCW.
It's true.
And the stars were in the match, so don't expect more. So, Paul and Gammy are pissed about the loss and attack the Nasty Boys. They put Savage through the table when Rocket somersaults in the grunge, and they both fall him. Randy Savage defeats Earl Robert in 3 minutes. Savage is younger than usual due to the Florida Liz stuff. It's 1992 all over it. By the way, Eaton didn't look to be in the best of shape here.
No.
Okay. Bishop plays a new cartoon that Savage will be starring in called Dial M for Monkey on Cartoon Network.
Funny enough, I think I've actually heard that one.
They show me.
I think it's more like an episode or a part of a series, though.
They show a man dressed as Fred Flintstone, by the way, since we're on that Cartoon Network in the crowd. Bobby Heenan with the quickest of wit says, it looks like Mrs. Oakland made it tonight. There's still some of Bobby left there. Savage kicks his ass, but wasn't eating his offense. He starts trying like Flair and implies a Fear 4. Jeeves, his manager, even hands eat in a horse's shirt to taunt Savage. Savage turns the submission over, kicks his ass somewhere, and wins with the elbow.
Yeah, story of the match,
Squash.
yeah.
And Angry Savage was the official, goes over an elbow, I believe it was Alex Wright, Jim Duggan, and other faces. Try to stop him, but he leaps over them and hits elbow anyway. Faces hold him down as security cuffs him before squirm out of the building. I get what they were going for, but I get with this angle. The match that make him feel like a loose cannon.
No. He seems slightly aggressive, Savage.
And the main event, WCW World Tag Team Championship, Lex Luger Sting defeated the Giant and WCW World Tag Team Champion Ric Flair with Elizabeth Woman in 10 minutes. By the way, WCW keeps churning out these big main event matches. Not hyping them up enough. Flair stops at Hill and Deborah McMichael again. Flair begins the match and taking beam from both Luger and Sting. He continues to try and take breathers, but Giant rolls him back inside several times. Rick runs down, chomps Giant, who responds by chasing to the back into a commercial break. Return, Flair still getting beat up. According to he and Woman calm things down between Rick and the Giant. Giant comes in and gets his guys in the driver's seat. Once he does, Flair wears down Luger and applies a figure four complete with Woman helping his leverage. Sting comes in, does the hot tag stuff. Nails a superplex, tries to score a death lock. Woman gets on the apron with the drag cup of coffee from a few weeks ago. She tosses it at Luger, who ducks and catches Sting in the face, leading to the disqualification.
I was actually amazed at the accuracy she had on that cup.
Yeah, she did a good job. I mean,
it actually hit Sting.
The drag cup of coffee's stupid, but the way she did it was good because she was aiming for Luger, but it hit Sting perfectly.
Yeah,
just like we said.
Yeah, they set that up perfectly.
This was my match of the.
Yeah,
these are my match of the shows.
Yeah, my match of all 3 shows.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's particularly good match, but it was just
fun.
It was just fun and entertaining.
I can't remember what I'm about to say. Okay, but first, a fun main event. Flair continues to be Nitro's MVP.
Yeah.
Not surprising. So with Sting. Can't believe I want to say this.
Heel Luger.
and Luger too, following him. And I also kind of enjoyed the continuing build of Flair and Giant and Sting and Luger. The Giant Players.
I just don't know where it goes with Sting and Luger.
Yeah, but they turned the storyline around at least.
Yeah.
The Giant Players champions with a chokeslam up in the booth. He has a pair of handcuffs. And Bishop ends up trapping him in them. And by the way, he himself, this was hilarious. And that's how I'm trying it.
Why not?
I guess he acted like a goof. There's worse ways.
Exactly.
The first role. Okay. Look, none of the shows were banned. Other shows were good.
You didn't think the first one was bad?
I don't know.
I would give it like a 3.
A 5. The first role.
Okay.
I thought from a storyline advancement, this show did well. Diesel HBK was forward well.
Yeah.
As were the feuds between Alma and Bulldog. I think that's who the feud was by now.
That was not forwarded well.
Hunter and Miro a bit. And Warrior and Goldust. Well, Goldust is mind games.
But that just started, yeah.
And Vader came out looking like a beast too, so that clicked. The downside to the show with the matches weren't good. And that's going to hurt the overall score every single time. This is almost one of the all-time great ones.
It was.
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
The next role, the one I had with Nitro, I'll give it a 5.
I'll give it a... I'll give it a 4 just to be different.
For a while, I had this rate lower, by the way, than the week before show. Just to clarify.
Okay.
Because the match quality was certainly better, but I didn't really advance much. However, I did like the video segment, so that was fine. For the main event was actually pretty solid too. And then Britt came out, well not came out, but then Britt came out of nowhere and stole the show. Like I said, Britt, I always say this, Britt wasn't the best promo, but he was always believable.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a term I use nowadays for people.
Yeah.
And Nitro. Not particularly good show. A 5.
Okay. I'd give it a... Fuck it, I'll make somebody a winner. 4.5.
So Nitro won though.
Yes.
Half the show was pretty good. And half the show was lackluster. The Hogan match was awful.
Yep.
The Savage stuff ultimately fell flat, as usual. I thought the Street Fight Passion and Best was about as good as possible. And the main event was fun. And for how many matches? 2 main event angles and the tag match, and there you go. And 1 good match. A mixed bag of the show. If I had to pick my favorite, I guess it would be Nitro. One of the legit most boring weeks, though.
Yeah.
Of the shows.
There really wasn't much.
Yeah. Up next, our Backlash 2009
Yeah.
review.
See you then.